He said, well, yes. He said, by coincidence, it's the same as so-and-so's. It's Perry Knowlton. And he said, I know you're almost ready to look for an agent yourself. Would you like me to introduce you to Perry? I said, well, yes, John, that would be very nice. Well, I was afraid that John would leave CompuServe or be run over by a bus before I finished the book, so I said, yes, go ahead. So he sent Perry a regular typewritten note saying he thought I was worth looking at. And I followed that with my own brief query letter. It said, Dear Mr. Knowlton, I've been writing and selling nonfiction by myself for several years, but now that I'm writing a novel, I understand I need good literary representation. You've been recommended to me by John and Judy and all these other people whose opinions I respect. I said, I have this very long historical novel. I don't want to waste your time. Would you be willing to read excerpts from it? I didn't tell him I wasn't through writing it. Excerpts were all I had. But he very kindly called and said, yes, he would read them. So I hastily wrote a 26-page, single-spaced synopsis about what I thought I knew about the book and sent it with my bundle of excerpts. And he took me on the basis of an unfinished first novel, which is not usual now, and it wasn't usual then either, but it was very lucky. Anyway, I finished the book 6 months later. He sent it out immediately to 5 editors who he thought might like it. And he told me about all of them, and I said, well, that's great, how long do you think we might have to wait for an answer? Because I'd been reading Writer's Market and hearing, 2 years, 18 months. He said, oh, I've told them all I want an answer in 30 days. And I'm thinking, boy, you picked the right agent. So anyway, I went home to wait for 30 days. Well, 4 days later, I got a call on my answering machine. This was a long time ago, I'm very old. I'm 63. Anyway, it said, this is Perry. I just called to update you about your manuscript. And so I thought, well, of the 5 he sent it to, at least one has said, here, I'm not reading a 10-pound book, take it back. So I was expecting to hear this. Instead, he said, well, of the 5 I sent it to, so far 3 of them have called back with offers to buy. Which was good. So he was able to negotiate amongst them for 2 weeks, emerged with a 3-book contract, and bing, I was a novelist.